2 movies in and things are getting a little bit messy. Hey there guys, and welcome back to Dino Reviews. So today we are looking at Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. Now going into this one, honestly I wasn't sure what to expect. I do know with the Wrong Turn franchise things do begin to fall apart as each movie comes out. I'd actually seen the second movie in the franchise quite some time ago, but honestly I didn't remember too much about it. Wrong Turn 2 centers around a group of contestants on a reality TV show. They're trying to survive an apocalyptic team while also trying their best to survive cannibals in the area. So within the first 10 minutes of this movie I was actually quite worried. The production quality had clearly gone down, the acting wasn't great, and the characters were also extremely unlikable. We also had a very early 2000s team where we had a group of characters as contestants on a reality TV show. We'd gotten this with a lot of horror movies from the early 2000s, particularly Halloween Resurrection. A lot of it kind of came about after the Blair Witch Project, and of course Hollywood jumped on that, thinking that's how horror stories should be told. Now as I said, the characters in this are quite unlikable, at least at the start of the movie. One thing I liked and I was actually quite surprised with is as the movie progresses, we do spend enough time with each of the characters to kind of know they're not the reality stars they're made out to be. So they are quite genuine people and you do begin to root for them as the movie goes on. Each of the characters in this are all kind of separated throughout the entire movie, so you actually spend enough time with each of them where you don't know who is the final girl or the final guy. Some of the characters that started the movie off as probably my least favourite of the crew actually end up the movie being ones I was rooting for. There's a lot of different characters to juggle in this one, they all have big personalities and that just added to the fun of the movie. Another thing I liked about the movie that actually the first one did extremely well, they do it here again, that's just layering tense situations and suspense-filled scenes on top of each other. So because these characters are all in this reality show, they are constantly putting their lives at risk to actually survive the games that the reality TV series has in place. Now when you are in those situations, you are genuinely worried about the characters, and then all of a sudden you add cannibals and you are adding another layer of tension. It does get more and more terrifying as the cannibals get introduced, and as I said, because you then begin to know the characters, because you begin to root for them, it just ups the stakes and makes it all the more terrifying. Speaking of the cannibals, they weren't one of my favorites in this one. Now we do definitely get to know them quite a lot more. The family in particular is expanded. There's a lot of cannibals in this movie, but I didn't like the look of them. I thought the makeup was quite weak and just the character interactions weren't great. We at times maybe spend a bit too much time with them. There's a couple, like a cannibal couple in particular in this movie. I think they're a couple, I'm not sure if they're brother and sister, but there's an awkward and uncomfortable sex scene that just didn't need to be in the movie. So scenes like that I thought were a bit much, as well as that because the makeup doesn't look very realistic, it does look very cheap, you just don't buy into it, you don't really get drawn into the movie as much as maybe the director wanted you to. The house that the cannibals are in is also quite different. Now I don't know, was that meant to be that way, that these are different cannibals than the first one? I kind of just viewed that they were the same family, maybe living in the same area, but as well as that, the house in this one was much different looking. In the first one, it was very much a rundown house. It looked absolutely revolting and disgusting, whereas in this one, although it still does look quite revolting, it looks a lot more livable. So 2 characters come across the house in this one, and just the house itself, it just doesn't represent too much of that first movie. So I was disappointed with that. One thing in horror movies that I always hate is if they make the main house that they're going to have these characters in quite different, it does kind of pull you out of the movie, especially in only the first sequel of the series. The kills are also quite brutal in this movie. Compared to the first one, there is so much more blood and gore. They're over the top kills. At times they are a bit comical, but also they are very, very grisly. There's people being decapitated, sliced in half, and pushed into meat grinders. And that goes for the cast reality stars and the actual cannibals themselves. Each of them get killed throughout the entire movie in a lot of really fun and sadistic ways. So I do like that about it. I thought it was quite enjoyable. The first few kills I did think they didn't look great. They looked again a bit cheap, just the makeup and stuff like that. But as the movie goes on, when you get used to those type of kills, when you get used to it being over the top, you do have a really good time. And that's probably the best way I would describe this movie. It is a bloody gory movie. It looks very cheap. The production value has definitely dropped. The acting at times can be dodgy, but there is still something charming about the movie. In the end, I had a really good time with this. I might have started out in the first 10 to 15 minutes thinking it was going to be a hard watch, but overall I had a blast. I do definitely think they could have done more. The production value in particular could have been much higher, but for what we have here, and especially knowing the kind of reputation of the Wrong Turn franchise, I had a lot of fun with this one. But guys, that's just my thoughts on Wrong Turn 2 Dead End. Now, as always guys, if you're a fan of the movie, if you really enjoy this one, let me know what you love about it in the comments down below. And if you're not a fan, you can leave your comments down below also. Remember guys, you can also subscribe to the channel. We are going to be doing the rest of the Wrong Turn franchise, starting next with Wrong Turn 3. And we're going to finish it all up with Wrong Turn from 2021. So if you want to keep an eye out from that, you can pop on your notification bell. If you want to see more videos like this one, click that video down below and I will see you in the next one.